Okay, everybody always wants the recipes to my food, so I decided to shoot a video to show you how to make my cashew chicken. You'll need cornstarch, soy sauce, cashews, broccoli, carrots, celery, onions, and bean sprouts. You can also add water chestnuts or any other vegetable you want, but I've found that these are really good, although I forgot to buy the water chestnuts, so we won't see that today. Or rinse off the bean sprouts and all the vegetables, even if they come in a bag, because you never know what little remnants of pesticides might still be in the bag. So rinse everything off first. When you're going to start chopping, you really want a very sharp knife so you can make really good cuts. Like with celery, you want to cut all that icky parts on the end off. And then just chop your celery into small, bite-sized pieces like this. But then you're going to try and cut them in half. So you get it all cut first. I'm using about 6 stalks of celery. And then I'm not using the top part. And then just kind of take your really sharp knife and cut them all in half. And then you have the perfect bite-sized pieces of celery for your cashew chicken. They're all little bite-sized pieces like that. But I didn't get them all, so I gotta finish it off a little bit. There. So we're good to go with that. We're good to go with the the celery. So I like to use red onions because they're so flavorful. But once you get cutting in that little piece right here, that's where all the stuff is that makes you cry. So if you don't want to cry, you can just pop that part out and it will be less pungent to your eyes. But what I like to do is I cut it in half first, and then I cut it in sections that I can cut up. I don't mind the crying so much because I feel like that's what you have to do to be a good cook. I'm kind of a masochist. And then I just sort of chop them in to bite-sized pieces too. And it's easy when they're like this because you can just double them up. I can't move it because the bone's in the way, so I can't really chop the way I normally would. But now I'm getting to that part that's going to make me cry. And I'm not going to be happy. Okay, here we go, tears. I'm not really a chef. I never went to chef school, so the cutting and all that stuff, I'm not really so sure I'm doing it right, but it works. I like using the baby carrots because I find that they're easier to cut and then they come more uniformly when you are making them. So I just cut them all about 2 at a time. And I make them in like pieces like this size and about that thickness so that they cook quickly. Because when you're wok cooking, if you take too long, everything gets soggy. The soft ones get soggy. So I like to keep them all pretty much uniform. This little booger got away and he's bigger. And they're also easier to cut than the big ones. They don't fly around so much, like banging off things in the kitchen until they land on the floor and then dogs eat them, which is okay because dogs can eat carrots safely. In fact, if you have a fat dog and you give them dog treats all the time, carrots is a great substitute because they love the sweetness of the carrots and they don't get fat. So that's what we give our dogs a lot. That and cucumbers, but cucumbers tend to make them gassy, so kind of stay away from those more than the carrots. A little fun fact about carrots, as I chop my fingernails off. I really need to go to chef school so I can learn how to do this without cutting my nails off. So when you buy cashews, they're really covered in a lot of salt. So I like to wash off the salt since you're going to be adding soy sauce anyway. That puts enough salt in it. Otherwise, I think it's too salty. And I have high blood pressure, so I got to cut back on the salt. So just rinsing off the cashews makes them also tender so that they soak in the flavors and all the other stuff you're cooking. And it takes out that excess amount of salt. That is killing us all. So I would recommend doing. I like to use chicken tenders, and I like to brown them in butter before I add the vegetables. But generally, I finish the chicken, and then I will take it out of the pot, and then put the vegetables in, and then add the chicken back in and make the sauce. Chicken tenders make it really easy because you just have to chop them and they're right back in after you're done. And I like to do it with butter, even though it's bad for you. I mean, if you're going to eat a ton of cashews, we're talking, bad anyway. But it gives it that nice browning thing where cooking it, I'm trying to do this with my left hand, and I'm obviously really challenged. Cooking with olive oil, while healthier, doesn't give you quite as nice a brown and quite as nice of a taste, in my opinion. So that's how I do my chicken. And are you going busy yet? If you're trying to figure out how to hold this damn phone? So in my, here's my chicken getting ready to get cooked, cut. And then here's the vegetables. We got carrots and broccoli and onions. And we just kind of pour it in, celery, everything, to the butter that's left from the chicken, and it pulls that flavor in. Okay, so now the cashews, the carrots, the celery, the broccoli, and the onions are browning. I've chopped up the chicken into nice little bite-sized pieces. You can also use dark meat, but I like light meat, so that's what I use. I'm going to add a little soy sauce in here shortly, but right now it's just all in butter, so the butter that we cooked the chicken in so that it has the flavor in it. And I love that sound. Don't you love that sound when you're cooking? Look how fresh everything is. Oops, a little hot too, can you tell? But this thing is so cool because the handle doesn't even get the least bit hot, and it's metal. It's like so easy to, I could pick it up. It's so cool. I am getting another one of these so that I have two. Because they go in the oven too. I should do a commercial for these people. It's called the Copper Chef Square Pan. So I like to use this brand of rice when I make Chinese food because of the stickiness. You can add a little extra water, make it more sticky, or if you want dry rice, you can add less water. But I like it. Even though it takes longer to cook, it tastes so much better with cashew chicken. And I always use the low sodium Kikkoman because it's got plenty of salt, but it hasn't got the kind of the amounts that make your blood pressure rise. There we have it. Dinner for Mom with a smiley face. Doesn't that look yummy? Okay, so my mom is going to take the maiden bite to show if it's good. You'll know by the look on her face, but she has a bite that has pretty much every little part into it, or in it. Okay, Mom, tell me what you think. Oh, she has to take 2 bites because her mouth's too small.
Fantastic. It really is.